I'd like you to
You're welcome.
explain the concept of equality according to Article 14 of the Indian Constitution.
Article 14 of the Indian Constitution guarantees the right to equality for all individuals within India. It consists of two key principles. 1. Equality before the law. This principle states that every person is equal in the eyes of the law, and no individual is above the law. It ensures that all individuals, regardless of their status, are subject to the same legal rights and obligations. 2. Equal protection of the laws. This aspect requires that individuals in similar circumstances be treated equally. It prohibits discrimination and mandates that laws should not be arbitrary but must ensure fairness. Overall, Article 14 serves as a fundamental right that promotes social justice and protects individuals against discrimination. If you need more information or case references, just let me know.
Don't be surprised. This is no entertainment. It's a teacher of the future. Rather, a law professor's avatar, not only teaching students complex legal concepts, but also answering their queries about resolving their doubts. And it's not a sci-fi either. It's already happening at National Law University at Shillong in Meghalaya with an interesting acronym, NLU-Meg. The university is not only pioneering virtual lectures, but also going to be the first education institution in the world to have a twin campus, the other one being only in the virtual world. Let's take a look at what all this university is up to and what all it promises as governance of the future and education of the future.
National Law University Meghalaya is embarking on a transformative journey to integrate advanced technologies into education by establishing an immersive media lab. This initiative aims to create a digital twin university, a virtual mirror of the physical campus, to revolutionize the delivery of legal education and research while fostering innovation and inclusivity. The immersive lab is educational content to simulate real-world legal environments like courtrooms, arbitration centers, and legislative processes. Utilize VRR for interactive case studies, mock trials, and hands-on practice. Virtual access and inclusivity. Offer a digital twin university, allowing students, researchers, and global partners to access NLU-Meg's academic and research resources remotely. Ensure inclusivity by breaking geographical barriers and accommodating diverse learning needs. Futures-oriented research and development. Build partnerships with technology providers and academia to innovate legal tech solutions. Skill development and capacity building. Develop future-ready skills in students through training in metaverse technologies, digital forensics, and cybersecurity law. Mirror the physical campus, including libraries, classrooms, and research centers in the virtual space. Enable students and faculty to interact with digital resources in real time. Provide a platform for virtual convocations, networking events, and international collaboration. Encourage creative uses of immersive media in policy debates, advocacy, and negotiation training. AI-driven personalization. Use AI tools to customize learning experiences based on individual progress and preferences. Offer data-driven insights for educators to enhance pedagogy. For students, improved engagement, accessibility to world-class resources, and readiness for careers in a tech-driven legal landscape. For faculty, opportunities to innovate pedagogy and conduct interdisciplinary research. For society, expanded access to legal knowledge and services, fostering a tech-enabled ecosystem for justice. Step into a world of innovation, exploration, and limitless possibilities.
The university was established only last year, and in last 15 months, it has already notched up new benchmarks in the education world. It uses technology, blockchain, and artificial intelligence in teaching. It is not only creating lawyers of the future, but also future leaders of the society.
By integrating artificial intelligence into our community engagement efforts, we are amplifying the impact of our initiatives. National Law University Meghalaya has been at the forefront of community engagement through a series of impactful initiatives, now strengthened by AI-driven solutions. One such effort is the AI-assisted Digital Literacy Program for Sustainable Development Goals, SDG groups. This program equips women in Meghalaya with the skills they need to thrive in the digital era, empowering them to achieve economic and social independence. Our commitment goes beyond classrooms. By adopting villages, we provide legal awareness programs in regional languages, ensuring that even the most marginalized communities understand their legal rights and responsibilities.
The future of governance as well as future of education lies in artificial intelligence. Now, one doesn't need a steno to put together a petition, an application, or even a judgment. Just order the AI aggregator with right prompts and your work is done in seconds or sometimes in minutes. AI is going to sweep us off our feet. Tremors are already being felt. But are we prepared to deal with the changes? If yes, then how much? Are our government and law enforcement agencies equipped to deal with the new age crimes? All these aspects were discussed at the two-day conference aptly titled Era of Disruptions, Exploring the Future. A number of senior bureaucrats, legal luminaries, academicians, and media personnel pored over various aspects of governance and education of the future.
Today, I believe we are talking more about the interdisciplinary approach, because in the governance is a matter of interdisciplinary approaches. So that interdisciplinary approach should come into the legal education, and at the same time you need to have a technological competence. If you don't have, many of the time it is also even difficult the interplay of the law in a technology environment. And that was a experiment which we have done in IIT Kharagpur, where we thought that, well, let us have engineers to be graduated in law, so that they can really understand that how the technology interplay with the law. So legal education need to adopt the changes. Tech integration, modern curriculum, and evolving role. So tomorrow the teachers will be more, a student will be more in a different governance roles than to litigate. Pre-compliance lawyers' role will be more important than the post-compliance roles. The role of the judges might be diminishing in many places. Like yesterday evening when we were talking about that, some of the cases are very standardized. Say for example, motor vehicle cases, check bouncing cases. It can be even the automated judge are delivering the judgment. If you are aware, even Amazon UK has started that. So whatever the commercial dispute they have in that particular platform, it is actually solved by automated judges. So they call automated arbitrator. They look into all the facts and figure, give the decision very quickly.
Sample the AI teacher once again. See how the avatar played with a straight bat.
Can you provide a case law on affirmative action, please?
Certainly. A landmark case related to affirmative action is Indra Sawhney v. Union of India, 1992. In this case, the Supreme Court addressed the legality of reservations for other backward classes OBCs in educational institutions and government jobs. The court upheld the validity of reservations but established certain guidelines. It ruled that reservations should not exceed 50% of the total seats and emphasized the need for a proper identification of backward classes. The judgment reinforced the concept of affirmative action as a means to achieve substantive equality while maintaining a balance with the principle of merit. This case remains significant in discussions about affirmative action in India. If you have more questions or need further case studies, just let me know.
What is what?
What is the latest case on affirmative action?
What is the latest case on affirmative action?
The latest significant case on affirmative action is M. Nagaraj v. Union of India, 2006. In this case, the Supreme Court examined the constitutional validity of certain provisions related to reservations for scheduled castes SC and scheduled tribes ST in promotions. The court upheld the constitutional provisions for reservations, but emphasized that the state must show the necessity for such reservations. It ruled that the state must provide quantifiable data to justify the need for affirmative action in promotions, ensuring that merit is not completely compromised. This decision reaffirmed the importance of balancing affirmative action with the principles of equality and merit. If you have more queries or need further insights, feel free to ask.
We have to keep pace with rapidly changing technology. We need to keep pace with the cyber criminals using technology like deepfake and artificial intelligence. Rather, we have to be 2 steps ahead of them. In such a scenario, one would ask, what is the government up to? Why don't we have stricter laws governing cyber criminals? The answer was provided by Mr. S. Krishnan, Secretary, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology.
I already said that we don't want to be regulation heavy. We don't believe that laws necessarily are the only ways to deal with AI challenges right now. We believe that in addition to laws, it's technology which is very important. Let me take one example. We speak very often of deepfakes, right? Now, deepfakes, everyone is worried saying, there are deepfakes and why can't we act on that, and there should be a law which acts on it. Frankly, if you look at the IT Act of the year 2000, or if you look at the old IPC or the present BNS, there are provisions which deal with misrepresentation. There are provisions which deal with something which is not true and is pretending to be true.
But shouldn't the government step in and put firewalls to protect its citizens from cybercrime attempts being made every second?
And currently there is a case before courts in India on how copyright would affect the way in which data is used, like there are cases in the United States and elsewhere. So those are spaces where we believe existing law can operate and can be used to contain the risks and contain the dangers of AI. But equally, we believe that we need to study the overall legal framework as it's obtaining in a number of countries, see how the regulatory framework emerges before we decide to actually legislate. We don't want to get into a situation where we kill innovation even before we realize the benefits of a new technology. Which, incidentally, we believe you really cannot stop. I mean, technology is something which is very difficult to stop. We can control it to some extent if that need arises, and for which, at an appropriate stage, the government would be prepared to do if the necessity arises. But on today's date, we believe we are not yet in that situation. We believe that we need to address the issue of the less existential risks and the less existential harms that AI can cause, and that is adequately addressed through the present legislative framework. And we need to really try and see that the legislative and regulatory framework does not inhibit innovation in this particular field, and the actual disruption that needs to happen happens, and all of us, our youth in particular, are trained and prepared to handle this disruption and actually benefit from it.
A major scare is breach of data privacy. With every single app seeking permission to access your data, is privacy a concept of the Neolithic world? Mr. Krishnan explained the government's point of view.
Yeah, we do not, for instance, prescribe data localization in India on a prima facie basis. We leave it to the regulators in the respective sectors to figure out whether data localization is required or not. So if in the financial sector, the regulator believes that the data should be stored in India, or at least a copy of the data should be stored in India, they can prescribe that the data needs to be stored in India.
Former Secretary, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Mr. Anurag Goyal, is a futurist. He doesn't believe living in the present as present is going to become past. The 1972 batch IAS officer has been preparing a document called India in 2047. He has been working on the changes the human race will face in general and in the field of governance in particular.
Your passion, your purpose, and your mindset will decide your future. That's it. Second, read, reflect, reimagine, disrupt, recreate to shape the world you want to live in. So the first is your future. The second is the world of future that you create. Third, disruption is a given, it is inevitable. So be disruption ready. Always. It will hit you when you least expect. What is the most important challenge humans are facing in shaping the future? And the answer is simple. A four-word answer. The biggest challenge will be continue being human. Please mark my words. You already have Chloe. Chloe is a robot which you can't distinguish from human being. That's called Turing test. She passed the Turing test. People couldn't understand that she's a robot. People will have these robots. They will have it in the boardroom. They will have it and they will be so human-like. And this is the next 5 years. It's not very far. Within the next 5 years. And they will get so used to it that it will cease to be it. It will become he or she. So the point I'm making is AI family will be a reality in the next 5 years. No doubt about it. You are creating a Frankenstein's monster because you are creating somebody who is umpteen numbers of time more intelligent than you, never sleeps, has all the information in the world, can do whatever it wants, and working at it constantly. It will do what it can do, and it could be lights out. For this is Sam Altman's word, I think. It could be lights out for us. Sam Altman said that. And then others say the same thing. Chances of human extinction, they say, is 10 to 25%.
Mr. Goel, based on his studies of the future societies, presents a very realistic picture of the human race and its universe.
You have Yuval Noah Harari, and there's nobody who has not heard of him, who says AI will finish your culture. Your 5,000 years of culture can be finished in 1 year by AI. It will deluge everything with the kind of culture which is not what's actually the reality. So people will start living in a world which is not the real world. So I just want to make the point that we have to find a way of regulating. It's not going to happen in the next 5 years. That's going to happen. It is a possibility. It's not going to happen. So that is something we have to look at.
Dr. Amandeep Singh Kapoor, a 2007 batch IPS officer of Rajasthan cadre. Incidentally, Dr. Kapoor is director of Central Detective Training Institute, a bureau of police research and development, under Centre's Ministry of Home Affairs. Dr. Amandeep Singh Kapoor simplifies the AI for you to showcase the role of the law enforcement agencies.
In judicial system, as in legal system, as in police systems, we generally, as I was telling, we are operating at workflows, how we are maybe able to efficiently use our databases. So we have database management, we have emerging technologies in legal education, what VR and AR is able to offer as a metaverse ecosystem. We have workflows like CCTNS and ICTS, and we can use these all things into AI generative transformers. What the magic about the using AI is, nothing is AI unless it gives you an insight. So don't consider that if we are able to use our CCTNS database efficiently, we are using AI. No, because data is coming from police stations. Data is itself, if you efficiently using it, there's just efficient use of databases. Then you come to contextualizing. Here starts the magic of AI. You put in some sociology, as I was saying, you put it psychology, you put economics, you put political thinking into it. there your data has been contextualized with the right direction. You've added a vector into it. Then if it gives insight into something, that is the AI we both are looking at. जटायु आपने सुना होगा. तो जटायु पूरे रामायण में सबसे, जिसके ऊपर सबसे प्रहार हुए हैं, जिसके पास सबसे कम ताकत है, वो एक छोटा सा रोल अपने आप इख्तियार करता है पूरे रामायण में. तो वैसा रोल पुलिस का है. उसके पास रिसोर्सेज बहुत कम है. इट इज अ लीस्ट रिसोर्स एंडोर्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इट हैज अ सर्टेन टेरिटरी टू होल्ड. इट इज नॉट द सुप्रीम. इट डज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन. वो फंक्शन क्या है कि जब सीता को ले गए, और कल जस्टिस बनर्जी बता रहे थे कि हमारे सिस्टम, अगर हम गवर्नमेंट सिस्टम में एग्जिस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो हमें ये नहीं भूलना चाहिए, ऑल एफर्ट्स आर टू अ सर्टेन finality or a certain motive, and that motive is public service. तो रामायण हमें क्या सिखाता है कि हमारी अंदर की लाइफ का, स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ का, बिगर लाइफ का ध्येय राम को पाना है. पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम सिखाता है राम राज्य है. तो जब राम आएंगे उस पथ पे सीता को ढूंढते हुए, तो रास्ता कौन दिखाएगा? जटायु. तो जटायु कहेगा कि सीता को यहां लेके गए थे. तो रामायण, पूरी रामायण जटायु के बिना अधूरी है, क्योंकि आपका ध्येय भी उसके बिना अधूरा है. तो अगर आप राम राज्य पाना चाहते हैं तो जटायु के रोल को अच्छे से समझना होगा.
Advocate General of Meghalaya, Mr. Amit Kumar, hoped that AI-based tools are likely to unburden the courts. He said check bounce cases and Motor Vehicle Act cases too may be swiftly disposed of through AI-assisted courts. Chancellor of the university and former CJ or Chief Justice of Meghalaya and Madras High Court, Justice Sanjeev Banerjee, highlights the advantages of the technological advances for the legal community. He feels virtual hearing is a boon for far-flung states like Meghalaya, where lawyers used to hesitate to appear in person as it would take them at least 2 days. Virtual reality and artificial intelligence is likely to make things easier for the swift dispersal of justice. But he also lamented that traditional skills are dying due to the technological revolution. Earlier, judgments used to be written in longhand and hence used to be sharp and crisp. This is just the beginning. AI and VR may completely alter the future of legal governance and education. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Keep watching this space for further updates on the issue. What do you think about AI's role in judiciary? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you like this video, then do like and share. Thank you so much for watching.